Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero and welcome back to Prince of Tennis 2005 Crystal Drive. Today it's the battle of the guys whose eyes don't want to open for whatever reason. Or rather, they usually have their eyes closed during most of the time that they're on, screen, camera, whatever you want to call it. But they only open it when they're serious. That seems to be their gimmick. As soon as shit gets real, you actually see their eyes open. Specifically, wow, two aces in a row. Specifically when in this game, when they use their super mode, they actually both go, open their eyes, which is really cool. So yeah, we've faced off against Fuji quite a couple of times actually. So there's not exactly too much that I can say about him right now. So I guess I'll just go ahead and rant about a couple of other things. I mean, I've already talked about Fuji. I've already talked about Renji. So no point in talking about that anymore. Let's see. I remember. I think it was in a national. No, this is national singles. The area mix tournament, I think it was. That was the first one, I think. I was talking about this app that I had on my phone, cross-court tennis, or cross-court 2 tennis, or whatever, something cross-court. There's 2 in there, which is just an app, or rather a game for. I know it's on iOS. I don't know if it's on Android or any other market, but it's a really good tennis app, or rather game. I keep saying app, but I mean, I guess it's the same thing. It doesn't really matter. But it's really fun. I played it a lot throughout this semester, going to school, on the train, and it's really great. Obviously for me, someone who loves tennis, to be able to have that on the go. And it's also really difficult because tennis games are really, I guess, they're both hit and miss, and they're also pretty rare, shockingly. And also there's a third factor in that they're usually not very, I guess, in depth, or whatchamacallit. So hit and miss is because they're usually, they're either really good or they really suck. For example, this game is good. American Tennis, the 64 version is pretty good. Cross-court tennis on my phone, which is pretty good. I have to sneeze. Sorry about that. I have allergies because it's that time of the year at the moment. It's crazy. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 89 degrees, and I have to whip out my AC just for that one day. And from all the dust and like being enclosed and my body not being used to it just yet for this summer, I'm gonna be so sick for the rest of the week. Anyways, what was right? So usually the quality for tennis games is usually not that good. Overall, I haven't really played like every single tennis game out there, so I'm being pretty broad in general. Let me just pull my phone really quickly. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, he has Ryoma as his coach. That's cool. Not exactly sure what he does, but it's or actually I think I know what he does. I think he takes my super. No, I think if you're in super mode, he just snaps you out of it. Or I know someone does that. But anyways, yeah, the quality's not that great. I haven't played all of them, so I can't really say they're his eyes open. I went ahead and sealed the shit. So he's not gonna be able to do any of that crazy bullshit. I should have made that point last longer, but whatever. So, the other thing that I said was that there are usually not a lot of tennis games. I can name quite a couple, but there's nowhere near as many tennis games as there is, basketball games or football games or generally any other sport. Like there's a million versions of FIFA and of Madden and stuff, but there's like barely any versions of tennis. And that being said, there's a few of them, and they're either really good or really bad. It's really going in depth with these specials. Jesus Christ, he's used like 4 in a row. They are also the fact that most of them aren't even that depth, that deep. And what I mean by that is that some of them aren't exactly very, I guess the better word instead of depth is technical. So they'll just have, you hit the ball, and that's it. That's the extent of, how technical the game gets. When, tennis is one of the more technical sports, if not the most, when it comes to spins and, placement and everything. There's a lot going on. And there's a lot of games that just centralize on you just hitting the ball back on the other side of the court, when there's way more than that going on, especially in not even like a top level tennis match, just a normal tennis match. There's a lot of stuff going on that a lot of games don't really take control over. For example, there's very few games that let you drop shot. Sometimes you can lob. That's why I really like this game in general. Aside from the fact that I used to really like the Prison Tennis series, they have a lot of technical, I guess, abilities or features. Like you can drop shot, you can do a short lob, you can do a big lob, you can top spin and back spin. You can do two-handed hits, which is a really big thing in tennis. But this is the only game I've ever seen that actually explicitly makes use of that. Most games they'll maybe let you choose if you have a two-handed backhand, maybe, and that's it. So I don't know. I guess I'm mainly complaining about it because 1, obviously I love tennis, but 2, I'm also aspiring to be a game developer. So I try to think of. So usually nowadays when I think of games, I think of it as more as just yeah, it's fun, fuck yeah, all this shit. Trying to think of it more technical and whatnot. And I don't know. I don't feel that a tennis game is necessarily a good tennis game. As we've seen already, playing one now is necessarily impossible. So I don't know why everyone just becomes so lazy. But anyways, we're here in the final point of this match. That was lame as hell, like most of that game was. But yeah, we've won. We took it down, Fuji, really handily. Got another bagel. I was considering putting up the difficulty because I'm doing really well. Unfortunately, Jesus, 10 shots, 10 super shots. I had 1, which was the seal that I used on it one time. Yeah, let's see who we're gonna take on next time. I'd put up the difficulty, but tournaments get pretty hard after this one specifically, so, or maybe the next one after it. In the final round, we're gonna take on Renji's teammate from his school. I don't remember his name, but I'll know next time. See you soon.
入魂なんてやつだ。 今日調子いいっすよ。俺のサーブを返せるわけがない。